Yeah.
Now, welcome to Talk Time with your girl, Aja Walls. And today, our super special guest is YouTube phenomenon, social media superstar. He's taking your phones by storm, Mr. Terrell Grice himself.
Hey, baby. Hey. It's so good to be here. I'm honored. I'm so honored.
We're so happy to have you here. Well, I'm saying we, like there's somebody else here. It's just me and Jesus. So we're so happy to have you here. Okay.
This quarantine got us all talking to fake people. You all right?
Hey, look. Jesus is all I got to talk to at this
Come
point.
on.
All right.
Come on. Yes.
Since starting your channel, what are some things that you've learned and applied to up your engagement on YouTube?
Whoa, that's a good one, to up the engagement. I think people really respond to authenticity.
Yes.
Just realness, being yourself and opening up a door of conversation. I think one mistake that I think I've just learned not to make over time is whenever you talk about something, you talk about it as if you're just stating your opinion, but you also are not right or not wrong, or what you're saying is not definitive. It's like, this is what I believe, this is what I think, but I'm not going to shut you down. So go in the comment section, you tell me your side of things, because you educate me. Just because I'm on this platform don't mean I'm God. I know everything.
Yes.
So, I would say whenever if you have a channel that's where you're speaking and you're talking about stuff, be open, because that will allow people to feel like they're invited to comment.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. So would you say that your YouTube, your following and everything, would you say that that's mostly just built on the relationship and the rapport you build with your supporters? Because I feel like it's that way. Like when I see you interact with your fans and everything, the people who come up to me talking about how much they love you and your personality, you just shine through. And so I think I would have to agree with that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I think it's also, important to, I know we all got lives outside of what we do for the public. So, there's only so many hours in the day to be super responsive. But I think I made a vow to myself, no matter how many subscribers, no matter how many fans, how many people are watching, if you can just go and respond to one or two people, read one or two comments and just try to, keep the conversation going, because, you can have 300 million, thousand followers or whatever, and 3 people commenting.
Yes.
You feel like, well, it might be a dead end, or it's not even worth it, or there's nothing for me to say because you didn't, like I said before. Yeah. What am I supposed to say? So
that's really mature. Okay. That is really good. And that's a conversation starter for a lot of influencers too, who don't reply to comments.
Just one or two if you can.
Okay, just one or two. What was it like learning to grow your channel and cultivate your audience? Like your experience getting into YouTube, growing your channel, figuring out what works for you?
I think the better question is figuring out what didn't work for me, because first I did not watch YouTube. I was not a YouTube person. I was not a social media person. I actually was talking to a friend from college like 2 days ago, and he was like, I'm just really shocked of all the jobs, of all the things that I thought you were going to do. You being in front of a camera was not going to be my guess. I would have lost that bet. I would have been broke, because I didn't have no Instagram. I was late to Twitter, late to Facebook. I was late. So when I started YouTube, my first instinct was, I don't know about this world. Let me go look at other people's channels and other personalities and see what people like, and see if I can do my own spin on that. Bad idea, girl. No, dead wrong. That was the worst thing I could have done, because I was trying to fit in. I was trying to do my research, so to speak, seeing what people wanted to see and tried to give them. Okay, that wasn't working. As soon as I was like, F that, I'm going to just do me, okay? I'm a whole lot of things inside this black body. So, and everybody else out there like me, I know that.
Right.
Nobody else out there like you. So why don't you become your authentic self? And as soon as I started just, letting my freak flag fly, for lack of a better term, we was all right. Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord. Okay. So this is just something I'm asking to piggyback off that question, but for somebody like you before who isn't like on social media, isn't into, the social networking like that, but, maybe wants to dive into the YouTube world, maybe wants to dive into the influencer world, because look at the success that you've had, to just look at all the growth that you've had and the way your channel has just kind of skyrocketed. It's just kind of like, dang, well, I feel like it's an inspiration for people who may want to get into this field and may not know how to start. So I thought, what advice would you have for somebody who's not really tech savvy, not really internet savvy, but wants to get into this? Like, what kind of push would you suggest they give themselves?
I would say the first thing, if you're thinking about it, you gotta find something that you love to do or talk about. Because if I didn't love music, I'd have a real hard time doing this job.
Yeah.
If I didn't love sitting next to people and getting my ears sang off all the time, it'd be a really hard job. So you gotta find something that I would say that you know a lot about, it's something that you're actually passionate about, not something you might think that you might like, but what are you actually passionate about? Because it's going to make everything a lot easier. Because if you're worried about trying to do something that you're just not interested in, but you just want to be famous,
woo, that's the worst.
It's not going to work. People are not going to respond to it, or you're not going to know what you're talking about, which is even worse. Yeah. So, just don't just do it for what you think it might be. Do it because you're passionate about something. Because that will free up your mind to learn about the technical aspects of it. And that, for me, I went to film school, so I already had like a little leg up on what to do. Yeah. But you gotta get people to help you. Don't be afraid to get that help. Because, I called on my friends. I'm like, y'all, I'm trying to do a YouTube channel. And I can do it by myself, but why for?
Yeah, when you got a troop of people.
Yes. When 2 or 3 are gathered. Is that what it said, Asha? It's
in there. Hey, it's in there. It's in there.
You can't walk this thing alone, especially if you're gonna, do something that's kind of intricate or like a lot of moving parts. Get yourself a good team.
I mean, get a good one, okay? People that know what they're doing, that have the same, goal, be on one accord, make sure you're all like-minded people. And for me, because I run with a team of people as well, so it really is important to have that support system and everything. I do totally agree. I am very much enjoying these answers.
I'm getting
not joking.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna get into this last question, then we're gonna get into this game.
I love a game.
Woo! Okay, and so do I. All right. Now this last question is really for me. Mostly all these questions really are for me. I'm really just trying to stalk you on the low, so I'm just letting you know these answers are going to look balls. But anyway, what are some current goals and some future collab dreams of yours?
Oh my gosh. Goals are so hard because I'm such an in-the-moment person, and I just like to just take in the moment. I like to appreciate and show gratitude for what's happening now.
Yeah, that's good.
But with that being said, I just want to take the show that we have now and go as far as we can with it, Like, there's so many more ideas that we have that we can't do in my kitchen, okay? Or even at the studio that, you and your siblings came to do the amazing work. So there's limitations with our space, there's limitations with our team. And I just know for a fact if we have more resources, which my subscribers are so freaking fire. Like if you're watching this right now, thank you, because they really keep us going. They donate all the time. They're members of the channel. They watch content. And
members of your Patreon, they do all that. Yeah. They buy your merch. They watch all your, they do it all.
They buy my album. They do it.
They buy my album.
Yes, so they really help like strengthen us and keep us growing so that we can get people like the Clark sisters out and shout.
Woo! That had me dying when Jackie was talking about your glasses. I was crying. It had tickled her, okay? That tickled her. That
tickled her so bad. And okay, so speaking of, Jackie told me about what had recently happened.
Yeah.
Just buried her husband like 3 days before then.
Oh.
There has never been another interview where I felt an immense amount of like pressure to be like, okay, we are going to turn this mood into a blessing. We're going to, even for this hour and a half, we're going to make her day better. You know what I mean? And when Jackie made me work, baby. Jackie work. But we got there. And when she left, she said the most beautiful things about just my team, myself, the show or whatnot. And how all three of them, how it really blessed them to be there. So that moment I will never forget, and it will go down in my history as just
my gosh, that's legendary.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dude, the legacy that you're leaving behind is so awesome. Truly so awesome. I mean, and I'm on this thing about impact lately and what impact we have on the world and what influence that we have on the people who watch us and the people who, look up to us. And it's funny, my boyfriend's mom preached a sermon about impact. And, she said, whatever you do, do it with the joy of the Lord, and you do it with a glad heart, and you don't do it from your flesh, but you do it from your heart, and that's how you make impact. And she went on to talk about the impact that her mother made, and the people before her and the people before her. But the point is, generations from now, God willing, if our lineage reaches that point, what will our great grandkids say about us? What will they say about the stories that they hear about us and the legacy we left behind? And that's important to me, even if it's something small. Like it's just so good. She talked about her mother, the fact that she was a cafeteria worker, and after being a cafeteria worker and serving kids food for years and years and years, she went into a rehab program and mentored and talked to and influence young girls. And you just never know the effect something you say or do or sing or post or whatever it is, whatever influence you have, you never know what type of impact that has on somebody's life somewhere. And that's the beauty of what we do, it's the beauty of what you do, because what you're talking about, transparency and authenticity, is so key and it's so important, because when we live in a world that doesn't really preach Jesus the way we believe Jesus, and it doesn't really preach faith the way we believe faith. Faith works in manifestation the way we believe it and the way the Bible talks about it. When people don't really believe that, and they twist things into being what they're not, and you live in a world that's kind of harsh, it's kind of hard to adjust to. It's important to be a light, and I think that you do that very well, and I'm very, very, very honored to be on this call. Oh my gosh.
No, I love that. Impact is very important to me as well. I mean, and although I respect those other social media influencers or whatever you call them. Oh, I lost you, girl.
Somebody's calling me. I cannot believe it. Woo!
Woo! It is what was I getting ready to say? Oh yeah.
Impact.
You can run out there and you can run up all the numbers. You can do all the flashy things you want to try to reach millions of people. But I really enjoyed how we've kind of taken it slow. We haven't really done anything that is like, we got to do this video for to get us another 100,000 followers or whatever.
Yeah.
Just kind of respect every guest that comes on. I speak my mind honestly,
Yeah.
and if people happen to see it and they want to come and be a part of it, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I just, yeah, even if it's on a small scale, if you're affecting a couple people, I know that's cliche to say, but it's honestly true. You know, when you
It
get
is so true. Literally, so true.
yeah. When I
Yeah.
get about, you know, how people they get their families together and watch the show, especially for gospel episodes, and they're like,
Yeah.
you know, I've never even listened to gospel music, but this touched my spirit. I begin to shout in my bathroom reading them comments.
The comments, oh my God.
I don't need the millions. Give me them. Give me touch real people. You know?
Yeah. Make real impact, and that's good. That's really good. Okay. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is our game time. Put your game hats on. Get your snacks. Get your beverages. Get your whatever, because we playing. All right. Now this game is called Plead the Fifth, or it's a rapid fire game, really. So I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. I have here 6 questions. Not yet. Okay, I'm gonna ask you 6 questions. Okay. Now, if you say play, you gotta answer it. But if you say plead the fifth, we can just skip on to the next question. Okay? These are some good questions that I feel like, but do whatever you feel.
Oh God. Okay. Here we go.
All right. Our first question is, who is your celebrity crush?
Oh no. I mean, everybody in the room already knows who it is. Without a doubt, without a question, basketball player.
Okay.
He plays for the 76ers. His name is Ben Simmons.
Oh my!
Wow. The things I will do to that light-skinned chocolate drop. I can't tell you.
You see me? Woo! Woo! Not light skin. Not light skin. Nothing against our fellow light skinned men out there, but.
And he's Australian, girl.
Oh, I don't like that kind of
matey.
I don't like them kind of.
You don't like the Australians?
I don't like the light skin kind of.
Oh, no, it's not because he light skin. He just happens to be. Because, you know, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I'm saying.
I just think that I could be one up. So.
You know what you lost that?
I have. It changed me. It changed me.
Ben is like 7'2" now. Okay, so climb that tree, not right.
Hey, look. I think Anthony gonna cut this out, but I'm gonna just tell you. What's it?
Girl, why did you appear that? Why? The way that he's
we're gonna move on to the next question.
Okay, all right.
Question number 2. Who is the last person you blocked and why?
Oh my God, I love this question. I've never blocked anyone in my entire life, ever. We were just talking about this. Yeah. I have never used my block button ever in my entire life. Not that I don't believe in it, I just don't get it much. Because I figure, in human nature, once you stop responding, unless they're a crazy fool from outer space, they don't have no energy to work off of. I just don't feel the energy, because I feel like if you get blocked by me, it's like I saw you, you got my attention, and I had to make an action. You know, I don't do that. I'm too much of I'm a king in this.
You just you're not even
get that satisfaction. Look at that.
That is really good. I'm gonna exercise that because my block list is full. Okay. It is full. You can block for any minor offense because if I can't read you the way I want and the Lord is telling me I need to calm down, I'm just going to go ahead and block you. I'm just going to go ahead and do it so that I don't come back later and I don't think about it and come back and say, your mama's a foot. You know? I don't need to say that.
And that's just like a different personality type. I've never even gotten in an argument with anybody over social media. I don't respond to comments like that. If I get a negative comment, it's obvious if you're going to be on a platform, you're going to get some negative comments.
Of course.
Respond it. But that's just how I even am in real life. It's just, like, oh, you don't like me? There's like a million other people who adore. So I have like 2 ounces of attention. I'm gonna give that to this group of people. Why do you get 1/2 and they only get the other half? It's 10. You know what I mean? So I just reserve that energy for the ones.
I love that. That is so good.
Yeah.
That's good. And it's funny because I always see people like talking to celebrities like, oh yeah, they be clapping back. Why do you never respond to the positive comments, but y'all always reply to the negative ones? That's good. Only reply and acknowledge the love. The good stuff.
Acknowledge the love because you got so much of it. I can't. If you're on social media and you're popping in any way, you probably got more fans than haters. I mean, unless you're famous for the hate, which there's only a few of those people, and they're what we call canceled. So if you ain't canceled, you got more fans than haters. So know that and operate on that level.
Right. You better put us on game today, sir. Okay? Because I needed that. That was for me personally. All right, our next question. Oh, you can. Yeah, okay. This is good. Who was your favorite guest on Some Association and why?
Oh, favorite? No,
Okay. Top 5.
Now, Aja. I'm not.
You can plead the 5th.
I'm on up by you tonight. I plead the 5th. I'm not. So what you mean to tell me? I wasn't in your top 5? Is that what you're saying?
See, my feelings aren't easily hurt like that. So
that's the other 60 people.
I want people to stop calling me immediately. Gosh, I'm in demand today. Okay, so if you pled the 5th on this question, that means you're probably going to plead the 5th on this next one because it is, who was your least favorite guest? Oh. Now, you can plead the 5th, but you don't have to.
I am going to plead the 5th.
That's a class act.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah. Okay, I promise we only have 2 more. Okay. And I'm deeply sorry to be doing this to you. A little. Okay. Question number 5 is, name one thing you'd only ever post on your close friend's story.
Oh my God! Okay, so I don't have one. I don't use the close friends thing. I post what I want to post. Because here's the thing, I feel like it's the internet, child. If you're gonna throw it up there for a good 100 people,
it's gonna be up there.
It's gonna be up there, and they all got screen captures.
Screenshot. Yeah.
Screenshot. Oh, they all got screenshots. So it ain't like you just left. It's just for them. So if you post up for a few, you post up for all. And it ain't. You don't be. I be looking. I be on some people's close friends. You don't be talking about nothing.
That'll be good.
Talking about boys and look at this hot boy. I mean, you could have posted that.
You could have said that out loud.
And what the hell I got to know that for? How are you posted anyway? Directly to me, like I was supposed to see. I don't believe in the close friends.
I think that they want you to feel special. Like, I'm including you. I consider you a close friend.
Oh, it's like MySpace, my top friend, my top 5.
Basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, who was your rudest celebrity encounter? Rudest. Like me.
Wait.
Huh?
I told you this before?
Mm-hmm.
I
think I told you this and we just compared. You
didn't
say
that. I know. Nobody was ever rude. I don't think anybody's ever rude. No, I haven't really had any rude situations. Anything that's ever happened happened after the episode.
Oh.
During is always good. And honestly, I have to say that we have been so blessed. Like
Yeah.
there's never drama. There's never
Yeah.
drama. There are no mishaps. I honestly would be like, where are the mishaps? Because when I hear about these, people doing things together, somebody always got some type of story. Or like, I met this one celebrity and they were an a-hole.
Yeah.
Has ever treated me disrespectfully ever.
Oh.
Ever. And it's been such a blessing, and I really appreciate that because it takes we're not backed by NBC, ABC, Fox, Channel 10.
Yeah.
My whole team is in the room. There's 3 of us total.
Right.
So it is a lot of work. And I feel like everybody respects that. And even the little jokes that, we probably said back and forth, it ain't even that serious. It's just like, did you know
yeah.
that he came here and put his foot on my couch?
Exactly.
Nigga. Yo, a whole Reebok.
Yes, a dirty Reebok.
The dirty Reebok. But yeah.
That's beautiful. That is really beautiful.
It's easy to get up and get in front of the camera and talk to whoever. It's so easy to do that because everybody's just always eager to be here too, Nobody's like, my publicist told me to be here. I don't know what you want from me. Never happened.
That's good. And you can always really tell, from watching your videos, and then me and my best friend, we go back and forth and compare. We'd be like, did you see what he said in this video? Did you see what he did in this video? But it's so funny because your personality is so infectious, and it will almost just be like so, like, just ludicrous, I think, for somebody to pick an issue with you. I mean, from the beginning, from day one, we clicked, and then meeting you was one of the most, I think, beautiful experiences, and it's crazy because I think out of me and my siblings, it was really only me and I think my sister who had known about your channel for a long time. Yeah. Everybody else had just saw me freaking out because you did like a reaction to our song, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this guy, and even when they got there, my siblings are just who they are through and through. Sometimes I want to bust them up because they don't like to cooperate, but even they had a great time. And then we had our group in the room, my mom, Jamel and everybody, and they absolutely just fell head over heels. I just love you because it's just like who you are is so, I can't even find the words. It's just, I fell in love with you from day one, and I love all people, I really do, but it's very rare and very seldom that I connect with people. And me and you just had a connection that I feel like, you held near and dear to you just as much as I did. And even now, although you're across the world and, we only talk every now and then, that love and that connection and that respect is still there. And I'm always so happy to see you winning and reaching new heights and doing new things. Whatever you post, I repost. I put on my story and, because it's just such a refreshing thing, just to see somebody enjoying the fruits of their labor, somebody enjoying just the blessings of God, and you're enjoying it and you're basking in it, and it's a beautiful thing because it's some really dark times, for some people, and this quarantine may not be so good for people who aren't good at spending time by themselves. And so just watching you, I'm telling you, you're in so many people's living room right now, just waiting on you to post something, waiting on what Terrell has to say, waiting on who's going to be next on the Terrell show, waiting on if Terrell's dropping a new song, waiting on if Terrell is saying something, and that's authentic. That's that authenticity. That's with that longevity, and I'm a fan. And period. And can't wait for part 2 of TWG Terrell. Cannot wait.
Yes. Anytime, please come back to the show. Anytime. Listen, literally, I don't care. Y'all came at 1:00 in the morning the last time.
That's what I'm saying. We don't care about the time or the place.
I saw that. But yes, I love you with my whole heart. I mean, I have always been a fan of your family, but you know, our connection was so instant. It was so like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you are my person. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. And during this quarantine, all I can say is, because I think the only really scary part is that we don't know how long this is going to last. You know,
Yeah.
there was a date on it.
Yeah.
It'd be easy if there was an end date on it, because you can work with the person, you can be like, look,
Yeah.
make it fun. But we're just kind of here in limbo, and that could be kind of worrisome. But just find something to captivate your attention. If you are not working, if you are bored. I started baking the other day. Roxy's birthday was a couple days.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yes. And she wanted me to bake her a funfetti cake. Okay, you know what that is?
Yes, and it's delicious.
I had to look it up. I said, "What in the world is a funfetti cake?" It's a
white sprinkles in the batter. Delicious.
Yeah, getting a little bit of white cake with sprinkles in it. I don't even know what it's called funfetti for. Anyway, so I had to go look up the recipe, and it called for about 3,000 ingredients.
Yes.
And a big old mixer, because I wasn't gonna do that by my hand.
Yes, no one.
I want to break my body. And it took me about 17 hours to make it. And I enjoyed every minute of it. And now I want to make time. Okay? So, see? New hobby.
Period. I've been spending my time with the Lord. I've been spending my time with my family, even though we're in quarantine. My mother doesn't care. She still wants us to come over every day. She said, she said since we moved out, we broke up with her. So now this is her time to bring us all back into the fold, bring us all back home. Now, I'm not coming there every day.
I'm a whole fool, because before a couple of days ago, I don't know why in my mind, I thought all y'all lived together.
I mean, because we're mostly always together. And we do all live close to each other. Me and Rhea live down the sidewalk from each other. Papa lives in the place next door. Daryl lives 20 minutes away. We're all down the street. My mama lives 10 minutes from here. So she just wants us there every day. Then I have been watching Spring Baking Championship and Cupcake Wars, and I'm finna get into baking as well. So see you at the finish line, because I'm finna make me a berry compote cupcake with some cream fresh icing.
Come on, mascarpone. Yes, flour your hands. Keep a good flour.
I just wanted to say, though, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
I'm going to take my dog for a walk. But I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for your words and your wisdom. And,
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Terrell. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and definitely watch my YouTube channel. It is at Terrell Grice, TerrellGrice. And if you like a good throwback 90s New Jack Swing type of vibe of an album of music, I have an album featuring tons of people who was on my show over seasons 1 and 2 of Song Association on my album called An Invitation to the Cookout. So go check that out and get your whole musical life. Period.